Over 17,000 people answered the survey, and it was across the whole of England and Wales, and it basically revealed that people in rural areas have less confidence in the police, and in particular farmers were particularly worried about what they might be targeted for. Well, one of the things that we need to do is to try and make sure that the government and any policies that come out of government don't forget about rural areas, and very often in policing, in the world of policing, the focus can be on urban areas, so we need to make sure that the voice of the countryside is heard. And then local police officers and local chief constables and local police and crime commissioners need to think about what the results of this survey means for their local areas and how they can improve services. Well, the main thing I think is to get involved with your local police. So if you've got a rural watch scheme, then get involved in that. It can be a little bit time consuming to get involved in the first instance, but it's worth it because people in the countryside know what goes on in the countryside, and they're the sort of eyes and ears of rural areas, and if they can feed intelligence and information into the police, then that really helps the police do their job. So that would be the first thing I say. Secondly, some police forces publish special booklets around how to keep safe in rural areas. So for example, North Yorkshire Police does that here, and it talks about things like making sure that your equipment is locked up, that you don't leave your keys in vehicles, for example, and making sure that you regularly check your stock, and in particular that you report any incidents to the police. What we've found is that people don't often report all of the crime in rural areas, and if the police don't know that it's going on, then they can't do anything about it. And sometimes it's quite difficult to actually respond to an incident. So for example, if some sheep have gone missing, it's very often a few days before the farmer knows about it, and very often that means it's too late for the police to do something there and then, but they have other things that they can do sort of behind the scenes to try and make sure that these thefts are dealt with. And so it is really important that you let the police know if something has happened to your property or to your stock or equipment.